Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. 1 Bitcoin, 2 Bitcoins. Can you hear me? Welcome to week number 2 of this amazing course about management and leadership in IT. I'm trying to recover the board. Cannot see it. All right. Okay, we're waiting a few. Hello. Well, today we have an assignment. Do we have any volunteers that would like to present?
Hello, sir. This is Mohammed Al-Shamsi.
Mohammed Al-Shamsi, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you. I'm just waiting for my team to arrive, and we will be happy to present our three-circle task, sir.
Excellent. So today we are supposed to do the 3 golden circles of Simon Sinek. Excellent. Any questions about this assignment? Did you use the workspace I made? No, you didn't use it. All right. So you can maybe paste the assignment here so we can see it, or you want to share the screen. So if you paste it here, the advantage is that I can give you feedback and leave it written for you here. So maybe you can take a screenshot and paste it here, or otherwise just share your screen. Let's see, and I see everybody submitted. Wonderful, great. All right, good. Do we have any other team that'd like to present? I think that this is a great learning opportunity because you will receive feedback. So that's really good. Okay, what about Asma, Mira, and Adnan? Are you here? Would you like to present your golden circles? Adnan? Okay, good. So go ahead. Does everybody see Adnan? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Open the microphone.
Shall I do it alone? Because my group members are not available at this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is that the golden circle has been made on Emirates Falcon International Private School where I work. Okay. Because the other 2 members, they don't work. So we had only one choice. So it's a
Very
school
good.
in Line. Yeah, it's a school in Line City. So we started with why. So
Okay.
as it's written over there, like everything the school does, they believe, or everything we do in the school, we believe in sending out graduates who can not only benefit themselves, but they can benefit the economy or the market itself of the country. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Go
Yeah,
on.
yeah. So it's not just like we send out graduates who can just read or write, or they can benefit themselves. They can benefit the entire economy of the country. So how they do it? It is done based on the STEM education, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So it's a combination of different types of education, which is provided to the students, so they become good enough to come out and um work for themselves and for the country. Yeah.
Fantastic. And the what?
Yeah. What? We happen to provide the best education possible. Do you want to get a seat in the school?
Remember that this is not an advertisement. The three circles is just a way to clarify why, what is the purpose of the organization, how the organization works, and what is the product that you offer to the people, the what, yes?
Yeah. So
So
I took
don't
it as
worry.
an advertisement. Yeah.
No, it's not an
Next time,
advertisement.
inshallah. Yeah.
It's just for yourselves to clarify. And I like the how you did, but the how refers more towards how you, I think more how you operate, how you teach, your values. I would say that. And the what is like, I think, STEM education. Like,
Okay.
to me,
Yep.
that would be the what. Like, what do you offer to the, so what's the product? STEM education. And with the
So
STEM
why?
education, yeah.
Yeah. So we can say that why is why we are doing it, how is what we are doing, or what are the values or things that we provide to the people, and what is how we do it, like what we provide or what are the tools that we use. Is it this way?
The what is the product.
Okay, the outcome.
No, the product that you sell.
Okay.
That is the what. So what do you sell? That is
Education.
the product. Education, but not just any education, right? STEM
Yes.
education.
STEM education. Yeah.
STEM education that will get students a good job. Yes? STEM
Exactly, because they
education.
will get, yes, it's not a normal education like it's a class or something. Like, they will get it like practically. By doing the things, they will learn about it. What's actually
Oh,
happening in
so
the,
it's
yeah,
hands-on. Hands-on.
exactly. Yeah, it's not 100% hands-on, but like other schools, they go 10% or 20% on the lab. They go around 50% on the lab. So it's 50-50.
That is amazing. So I think that's a very good what, like 50% hands-on STEM education.
Exactly, yeah.
The how is your values, how you behave, how you operate, what is the culture, how you treat your employees, how do you treat your students, what are your values? That's the how. How do you work?
Okay. I really
How?
like the
So
way, like, it was my first time to know about this circle, but when I thought of, when I like brought it into my mind, like I was thinking about it, it was really good, like how we can change a way someone thinks about your product.
exactly, yeah. So how is that? So what would you say it's your how? And I know it's a bit overlapping, so the how overlaps with the what, right? So you could
Yep.
say, well, we do hands-on education. That's how we do it. Yeah, but the how, the real the 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 point of the how is you can do this education in many different ways, right? You
Yep.
can do it hiring cheap teachers, or you can do it hiring paying the teachers well, or you can spend money training the teachers very well, or you can use the cheapest possible content, or you can do so many different ways to do it.
So Doctor, we
So
can say like we have the best trained teachers.
yeah, so you try to avoid best, because people will know that will know something about you. It's much better to be more
Exactly.
specific. It's not very informative. The best. What does it mean, the best?
Yeah.
It depends how
Everyone
much
has
money
a
you
different
spend.
meaning. Exactly.
And it depends on many other things, like how much money, how much resources, are you a non-profit, or how, right? So you can
Yeah.
talk about the how, like how do you operate, how do you train your teachers, how you make sure that the quality is high. Yes. Oh,
Mm.
we make sure that all our processes are certified, for example, right? Or we make sure that everybody's happy. We have 5 stars on Glassdoor, for example. Yes,
Exactly. Yep.
and that's
So
how
can we
you
multiply
make it.
and upload again?
And what about the why? What is your why?
I'm now confused
Why?
between why.
Think about the owner of the school.
Yep.
Why is he doing it? Is it for the money, which is fine, to make a decent living? It's okay. Or is there a higher purpose? Like, we believe education is important for society, or we want to improve society through education. So think about it. Many companies, many institutions, the why is not there. It's just for the money, and that shows in the product. And that's why it's very important, if you want to achieve great things, to have a why that people will believe in it and follow it. Yes, like Apple, right? Simon Sinek talks about Apple, right? It's not Dell, it's Apple. It's
Yeah.
the why they do things is completely different, and therefore the people that join that company are completely different.
Yes.
Yes, makes sense.
Makes
Okay,
sense.
so that this is a C. Now, do you want to improve it?
Yes. Obviously, we want to.
Okay,
Yeah.
so just resubmit with the feedback.
Inshallah.
Well done. Next
Thank you
one.
so much.
Who's next? 3.
Yes, sir. This is Mohammed Shamsi. I got Shamma with me here. If you allow us, please. She will be presenting, and I will be supporting her, if you don't mind.
Yeah, you can present already. You are a moderator, so you can do anything you want.
So, sir, should I drop the document in Mira or just share the screen?
Drop it on Slack or just share the screen. I make you presenter now. You can share the screen. Yeah.
Okay.
Wonderful. Okay, you're in. Yeah, are you presenting? Go ahead.
So, sir, should I share the screen?
Yeah, otherwise, how are you going to present?
Okay, 1 minute. Sir, it's better in Mira because I already dropped the file.
Okay, just then let's go to Miro. I don't see it. Where did you drop it? Is it loading? Did you drop it somewhere?
On the left.
On the left. Drop it here where it says Simon Sinek W1.
Okay, sure.
Just drag and drop it. Very good. Okay, wonderful. That's fine. Yeah, everybody, can you see the board? Okay, let's go. Beautiful. All right. That's nice. And let's keep things ordered. I'm gonna leave some space for the rest of the people and we can zoom in. Wonderful. Go ahead, present.
Okay, my name is Shanna, and I am an employee in IT department in our university, UAE University. So today we will present about the golden circle points, which is stand for why, how, and what. So for why, I believe that it's usually represent the purpose. So the purpose of providing any IT department in any organization is to make anything smoother, easier to another employees in another departments. Especially with the fast development of technology and work goals and tools, IT believes that the employee needs someone to facilitate the issues, technical issues that they are facing, and also to feel that someone have their back and support, also to make the employees work with comfort. For how, which is the process.
Stop.
Yes.
That's very good. This why is perfect. It's good. The problem is that it's boring. So a good why will motivate and energize, and people will remember it. You know, like Nike, it says just do it. Yes? Just do it.
Just
McDonald's, I'm loving it. Yes?
Yeah, sir, we focused, if you see the first paragraph, work with comfort. That's the main why that we focused on, you know, work with comfort.
I love it. It's correct. Could you tell me the same thing in a way that it's inspiring and people go, wow, I want to work in the IT department?
right
Okay,
now, sir.
Right now, anybody, you have a better slogan. It should be like a slogan that people will remember.
shall we do it in the what way, or the how way, or the why?
We're in
Still
the
on the
why
why?
right now.
We are still in the why?
Yes, Mohammed. I'm still in the why.
So I would go like, you can write it down. Maybe somebody, I'm going to give you a post-it note here, okay? Post-it note, or if somebody else has a comment. I'm going to give you a comment like this. Comment, add comment. Look at this. This is very interesting. Great. Make it memorable. Example. Our job is to help you be your better you with IT. Boom. Make sense?
Yes.
Mhm.
It's the same idea to help the employees be productive with IT, right? To help them do their jobs so that IT is not a problem for them, so that they don't waste time and stuff like that. That if you say that, it becomes boring. But say your job is to help you be your better you, so you can do your job with IT. Boom.
Better you with IT.
Something like that. It's just an example of something that, oh yeah, I get it now. Yes?
Yeah,
Our
we
job is
touched
to
it,
help.
you know, we
Yeah.
touched the surface, you know, by saying work with comfort, but you got a better explanation.
No, this is not what you should say in this case. In this case, you should say, thank you for the feedback.
Okay.
And we will work on it. That's the best way to answer now. Don't try to defend it. This is not an exam.
Yes, okay. Thank you, sir.
Just say it. Thank you for the feedback.
Thank you very much for the feedback.
And then what you're gonna do with it?
We will try to make it more exciting.
No. Don't try. Just do it, like Nike. Don't try. Just do it.
Oh, okay.
We will rephrase it. Thank you for the feedback. We will rephrase it.
Thank you for the feedback. We will rephrase it.
That's the professional way to answer this. The non-professional way is to say, oh, but we kind of did it. This is not an exam, and it looks bad on you because it looks like you're trying to defend or justify something. It doesn't matter, right? So if somebody else has a comment, just leave it here. This is a very effective way to leave comments. So remember, a good why is like an advertisement. It motivates people. It makes you feel that you want to work there. Like, so this is just an example. You have to find your own phrasing. Sounds good?
Okay.
Let's see
Perfect.
the how. Show me the
Thank
how.
you.
So, sir, should we go next to the how?
Come on, yes.
Okay. So for the how, which is represent the process. So the process for the IT department. So we can provide the employees some things that they can. It can be let the environment be more easy. So like providing the last updates devices of the technology and technology, providing customized offers for the employee, provide also easy technologies and friendly platform, and provide sponsored software and application for the organization staff. Any comment of
Very good. Same comment as before. This overlaps with the product you offer, which is the what, right? But here, think about how do you work? How do you work? How do you make sure that the IT staff can do their job at maximum performance? So I guess a key thing is to keep the knowledge updated, right?
Yes, exactly.
And also having a good culture. So maybe a key element of this how could be we make sure that our knowledge is updated or something like that. That's what I would go for a how if I was an IT department. And then you can also say something about the culture, that we make sure the employees are motivated and stuff like that. But yeah, makes sense.
Yes.
So you can explain all these points later on, but I think that the big title should be knowledge up to date, something like that, or latest technologies. So what about the what?
Okay,
Excuse me,
so
sir. Before we move to the next point, so we say that to make you a better you with the IT, we make sure that you get updated with the latest knowledge. This is how we should say it, right? In the how.
We talked about the why before. Now we are in the how.
No,
And the how.
linking the why with the how.
Don't make something simple complicated by mixing it. Anybody can make something simple complicated, but the genius is to make something complicated simple.
Okay.
That's why we divide the complexity of an organization in why, how, and what. If you start mixing things, then you just complicate things and do not help clarifying the mission of the company, how do we want to work, and what is the product that we are offering.
Okay. Thank you.
okay.
Thank you, sir.
Super.
Okay.
Yes?
For the last point, which is what, which is usually represent the result. So our organization result is to provide a safe, comfortable, and smooth work environment to all of the admins, faculty members, and students. That's it.
What do you think about this one? Anybody? Comments? Talk to me like a how, like the culture that you want, right? So you could move this here. The what is the, sorry, the what is the product. And so what is the product that the IT department offers?
Again, sir, so the offers of the organization supposed to be how or what?
The what is the service you provide to the rest of the organization as an IT department service. So I guess is the help desk service? Yes, product or service. So the Department of IT at the UA University, I think
Providing
you offer
services.
a hotline,
Yes.
a web interface for tickets, right?
Yes, exactly.
And quite a good response time. The times I used is quite professional, yes, and they always solve the problem. So explain the product that you are offering. 24-hour response time, online ticket system, also phone support. That is the product, right? And if you want to describe how your ideal product looks like, that is the place to do it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do you want to improve it?
Yes.
Okay, then resubmit. Well done, guys. Next. Adnan, you have a question? Yes.
Yes, Doctor. I have a question. Can I go on? Yeah. So what I understood till now, so how is what you do or what the owner does, for example, for the school or for the employees to make their services better, and what is how we provide those services to the students? Is it this way?
Yeah. What is the product or the service? Describe it.
Yeah.
The how is how you work to provide that internally as an employee. How do you do it? Do you do it happily, sad, with a good culture, a bad culture? How do you get to produce such an amazing product? Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
And the why is like the mission of the company, like the reason of it all. Great, excellent. Go on, Maza. You're next. Yes.
Yes, hi everyone. Yeah, so we did the golden circles on the My Business Shafaf with Saeed. I did it.
What is it? What is it?
It's the gray one. Yeah.
The gray one? Perfect. Go on.
Yeah. So let's start by why. It's the purpose of the business, which is transforming your travel experience.
The why is to transform your travel experience. Okay.
So it creates a simply sorted journey, and it aims to help our community, to pack to perfection. So we make the experience of traveling and organizing, we uplift that experience, and we try to bring like simple yet beautiful designs for every type of consumer. So the purpose is transforming your travel experience, which is why. I don't know if is it clear, sir?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, and then Saeed, can you continue on how?
Yeah, go.
So,
hello everyone. So when we talk about how, we are talking about processing. I think the processing of making shafaf bags or whatever, as we said here, fashion, staying up to date on the tin with twist, giving the consumer a شفاف twist. So it's about processing, sir. شفاف stand in fashion, innovation, and simplicity.
Very
So,
good. What about the what?
so the what is about the product itself, or as you said, Doctor, about the service that we provide. So in Shafaf, we are providing a product, which is the bags. We are selling a great valuable products that have quality and affordability, and we are offering a convenience, easy to use bags, and we are offering a lifestyle, which is a fashion bags. So this is our product, and this is Shafaf. So what do you think, sir?
Let's ask the people, what do they think? So I understand Shafaf makes travel bags, is that correct?
Yes, yeah. It's not
Yeah,
travel
yeah.
bags. Actually, it's the bags that we use it in, like as an organizers, like the makeup bag or the toiletries and stuff like that.
Oh,
So we
interesting.
try to make that easy on travelers, which is like they know what to put in each bag. So it's giving them a travel experience.
I get it. I get it. So why don't we start by the what? Okay, so what is the what?
Which is
Travel
the
bags.
yeah, travel.
Travel
Yeah.
bags and organizers.
Okay.
So
Yes.
why don't you just write this there? What is the
Okay.
product?
Yeah.
Travel bags and organizers.
Okay.
That's
Okay. Yeah.
it. It's not complicated. Just write it. By the way, if you do it on Miro, just write it here.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
Great.
very easy to modify. The how, what is
Okay.
it? How do you do it?
We make sure that the values, which is fashion, innovation, and simplicity, are there when we come up with the bag itself. So we make sure it's simple yet high quality, something different, like we come up with a new design. At the same time, it goes with the fashion.
Very good. These are your values. So the values, our values are fashion, innovation, and simplicity.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Very good. And the why?
Why transforming your travel experience?
So you
This
would go
is
to the owner.
this is our belief.
Yeah.
So that's what we think we are delivering to the people.
Yeah, but you know, when you say transform your travel experience, I was thinking of a travel agency.
Oh, really?
I was thinking travel agency. And can you make it so
Or
that
maybe
is
we
a good
can
slogan. It's
answer
good, but
like simply sorted journey.
okay, simply sorted journey. So if you think why people use travel organizers is to keep things organized so they're not stressed or
Yeah,
they don't
sleep.
waste time. So I think that's very interesting. So why don't you involve that a bit, like stress-free travel or uh,
I don't know,
save
something.
time, yeah,
Stressless journey with our product.
or maricondo your travel, you know, like the magic of cleaning up, tidying up, right? Something like that. I think it's super inspiring and people will get it. People will want to work with you. Sounds good? Okay, do you want to
Yes.
improve it?
Sure, sir. Thank you for your feedback,
Okay,
sir.
then resume it. Absolutely. Next one, who wants to present? Anybody else wants to present? No? Okay. Yes, no, yes. Yes, somebody else wants to present. Okay, it's optional, like, but I think it's good to get feedback. If you understood how to
Yes,
change it,
Doctor, we want to.
yeah, go ahead. You want to present? Okay.
This is
Show me what you got. Show me what you got.
Yeah, this is Safia Sinani. I will present the Expo 2020 Dubai. It's in my room. Yes, this one, doctor.
Very good.
So we will start with why. Expo 2020 Dubai aims to bring cultures together and give opportunities to connect minds, contribute to facilitate communication between people, to unify goals and future vision. Also, it allows people to exchange technologies and science by displaying inventions, modern innovations, and works of art and drawing a picture of the future of the world.
Bang, bang. Very good. Did you copy this from the website, though?
Yeah, actually, we went to their website and saw their vision, their mission, everything.
Very good. And why do you think they want to bring cultures together?
Because this is why do Expo exist. The aim of Expo exhibition is to exchange cultures together.
Yeah,
right?
but why do you want to exchange cultures?
One world.
One world, yes. And what is the benefit, the main benefit of one world?
To distribute peace.
Yes, peace. People
Yeah,
fight less when they know more each other.
yeah, to
People fight
accept
less.
each other, to accept
No,
our differences.
that's it. Peace. Peace. It promotes peace. When people know each other more, they are less likely to fight each other.
Yeah, right.
When you know more the culture of other countries, you understand them more, you have more empathy, you are less likely to go to war with them. That's a very good why. Fantastic. So I would just write there, peace by bringing cultures together, promoting peace. It's a very good and noble why. How?
How? Expo Dubai includes 192 participating nations with unique architecture, culture, and inspiring innovations. Each participant will have its own pavilion to enjoy the cultural experience, discover what makes each country unique. Also, it's inspiring collective and meaningful action to address the world's most critical challenges and opportunities by persist people of a cleaner, safer, and healthier future for all. Together with people from across the world, we are creating meaningful impact through a range of programs and initiatives. This is how.
I think you have a lot of mix there between of why, how, and what. I think you have a lot of what there. That looks to me like the description of the expo. Then it's the why, not the why, the what. So that
The
looks to
how.
me like a what, no, like a
What?
what. Yeah, this how looks like a what. You're describing what is the expo. 192 countries, they have pavilions. That's the description of the product, which is the expo.
Okay. And
Yes.
the result what? To help to recover the plant and address environmental challenges, to let people's voices be heard, develop new ideas, inspire new perspectives, and plan the path forward for urgent action. Maybe this could be the how then?
The how is how the how refers to the organization itself. What are the values inside? How do they work? How do they accomplish the product?
We thought these pavilions, doctor, it's the way to deliver their mission. What?
Yeah, so in the case of the expo, which is a kind of unique organization, I think you could just say that every country makes a pavilion showing the best of the country, right?
Yeah,
Something
so
like
this
that.
this will fall under how, right?
Under what and under how, yeah. So the responsibility to make the pavilion is in the invited country, and then the organization of the expo itself and remains with the hosting country. So here you could describe how expo works. Yeah, so there's the hosting country that organizes the whole thing and invites countries, and the countries do whatever they want in their pavilions. Usually they showcase the best of their, so it's quite independent actually. Every country does whatever they want there. So that's a
Yeah.
unique culture they have. Yeah, it's a unique
And
way of
yeah.
working.
And what
The what
will
is the
show the
product?
results?
An
The
exhibition
what?
with 192 pavilions where you can see unique things from each country. So you
Yeah.
don't need to travel to 192 countries to see the world. You can go to just one
Yeah.
place. It's very interesting. Make sense?
Yeah. Thank you so much for your feedback, Doctor.
Absolutely. Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody else? Yes. Yes. Okay, Maitha, go for it.
Hi, my teammates and I did the Golden Circle on Daman Health Insurance Company. We chose Daman because one of us works in it. So let's get started. Daman is a
Wait,
professional.
where is it? Where is your golden circle?
It's here,
Here?
near the gray one on the left.
Yeah, but I don't see the circles.
Press on it, then it will show page
No,
one
it
out of
doesn't.
two. There is a small arrow. No, small arrow here.
Yeah, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh
We did
my
it
goodness.
like this, but
Wow.
we will
Wow. What is
we
this,
will
a
use
PDF?
circle. It's a document, Word document.
You can put a Word document in Miro. I think
Yeah.
that's amazing. It's
It
crazy.
is.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so Vaman is a professional health insurance company that provides
No,
health
no.
insurance.
Cut
Yes.
to the chase. Go.
Okay.
Why the man exists.
Okay. Why? The aim of Vaman Insurance is to raise the quality of the health system in the UAE by applying many different modern methods to the insurance and processing system. They have
Nice.
so many plans that they...
Stop.
Yes. Okay.
Very good. So modern health insurance techniques. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that looks like the how they do it. Or the what. Why the man? Why the owner of the man is doing it instead of investing in crypto, Bitcoin, or anything else?
Because he wants to support the country by raising the quality of the health system.
Perfect.
And
So just
provide
focus
the
on that.
better health system for the citizens.
Yeah, usually in the website of the man, we will find the mission of the man, right? To improve the health of the country. Perfect. That's it. It don't need to be more complicated than that. What about the how?
Okay. It focused on the ease of requirements and procedures and the process to obtain the health insurance by the flexibility, by giving the customers the ability to design their own programs, like to fit their needs. Okay.
That looks like the description of the product a little bit to me. Like you're describing the product that the consumer sees. So that is the what. Yes? to be. The how is more about the culture. How do you work? How do you accomplish that goal? Do you use agile methodology, or do you use AI, or do you have a make sure that the culture is strong? How do you go there from?
Can we
Yeah,
say that they have a mobile application they can
that's the
use?
problem. The how is more about the culture of the man, which maybe it's hard to find out. Yes, but
Mm,
maybe just a normal culture or nothing remarkable. It doesn't matter. But that's their how at the moment. It's fine. Not every company has an amazing why, an amazing how, and an amazing what. Most companies just exist to make money, to extract
yeah,
as much money that they can from the country. That's the reality. Most of the companies, that's the purpose in life. There's a few companies that have a higher purpose. For example, Patagonia, famous company for putting their why before their profits. Yes, but many other companies, they just have an inspiring mission, goals, and they have an inspiring house, and you can see these scandals, harassment, sexual harassment scandals, for example, in some companies. That tells you that their how is not very good, that their culture is not very good. And the what is the product, you can even see easier, like which products are like unremarkable and boring or even unsafe, and which products are amazing and consumers love them. Make sense? So it's hard
yeah,
sometimes to find out the why. And the reason of this exercise is that if you are in one company and you want to make sure that your employees are on the same page for the how, the what, and the why, this is a good exercise. You will find out that many companies, they don't care, or um, they don't have a strong how or a strong what or a strong why. Yes. So it might be hard to find out why the man. Do you work at the man?
no, my colleague Asra works there.
Okay, then maybe she can tell you about the culture, like how, and can explain the processes they use, like what kind of culture, work culture they have. That's what I would put here. Sounds good?
Okay. Now Asra will continue.
So what the company is offering in the part of what they offer services like direct billing, and 24 hours medical authorization, and also they have in-house claims processing, and they have different kind of insurances like family insurance and
Yeah,
domestic health insurance and too many others insurance also.
that's a very good
So
what.
yeah,
The
so
description of the product, very good. Yeah, that's very
yeah,
good.
so they are
Perfect.
trying to make the system is more healthier.
Wonderful. Excellent. Okay, do you want to fix it?
Yeah, we will fix it.
Excellent. Somebody else wants to present?
Yes, Professor.
Who's there?
First of all, I'm Aguila.
Okay.
My name
Where
is
are you calling
Aguila
from?
Asgar. I am with my friend Aisha.
Friend and colleague, I guess.
Yeah, sorry. So basically, I'm from India.
Okay. Where are you calling
So
from?
now I'm in Asharaj, near to the university.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the organization that I worked in India for few years.
IIB, yes?
Yes, IAB education.
Okay. Tell me the why, the
So,
how, and the what.
yes. So we believe in the education for all people. Yeah, our country, India, is a
Very good.
country like.
That's it. That's it. Education for all.
Oh yes,
Perfect.
education for all.
How?
So education for all, it includes different levels of the society. So for the financially backward people, we are providing free education, and for women, we have separate programs. Basically, we are focusing on network and hardware engineering, civil engineering, and also electronics and automation field. Basically, we are focusing on. There are so many. There are now they are working on it.
Stop. Perfect. Very good. Tell me about the how.
So basically, we are providing skill training to people rather than a classroom training. We are providing our own field training, making them more trained and skilled. So
very good. And I think that belongs a bit to the what, to the description of the product. In the how, I want you to tell me about the work culture, like how this organization achieves that. How do you work? What culture do you have? Yeah.
Yes. Basically,
are you like a normal university, or are you like different? What kind of organization?
It's not like university, but we are in tie-up with each state's government. So I belongs to that Kerala government. So we tie up with Kerala government. We are focusing on different engineering colleges, art and science colleges, polytechnics. We have a separate space for providing this training.
Very good. I think that is important, that you're not like a normal university. The way you work is different because you depend on the state, regional state, I think. So you would explain that in the how. The way you work is different. Perfect.
Yes.
Tell me the what. You were telling me that you were skill focused. Yes.
Yes. So we are providing certification. Of course, we are giving professional diploma courses. We have other certification programs. For example, when it comes to hardware and networking, we have CompTIA A+ certificate platform. We will provide that. We conduct that exam and providing the certificate those who are qualified.
Very good, excellent. So I think in the what I would talk about what kind of certifications do you offer? Are they like short term? How do you reach these women and financially unfavored people? I think that is part of the product that you offer. Yes?
Okay.
The ISO 9001 is a certification that certificates that your processes are coherent in education. So obviously that belongs to the how, because it talks about how you work, right? So you can move that there. Sounds good? Well done. Very good. Well done. Anybody else?
Thank you.
Yes. Anybody else? Do you get it now? Now answer me this question. Do you think if you do this exercise to one of your colleagues, they will even get something similar to what we have here? What do you think? Oh, by the way, when is the praying time?
It's now, Doctor.
Okay, shall we have a 9 minutes break?
We want more, Doctor.
How much do you want? 15?
Like 10 to 15 minutes, Doctor, would be good.
Okay, 14 minutes. That's it.
Okay.
Go.
Thank you so much.
Super. Okay, 15 minutes. Okay, let's go.
Sir, may I ask a question, please?
Yes.
Okay, in our assignment, we are the IT department in UAE.
Yes.
I'm a little bit confused.
It's normal. Go on.
So, sir, you told us that the hotlines web interface fast response time, this is considered as a what? The result يعني?
The what is the product? What is remarkable about your product? So I think I used your service. So you have a web interface, a ticketing system, very well organized. And you can call as well. So all this, I think you should explain, yes?
Again, sir, you want us to explain all of this?
You explain the product, yeah. How do you help people be comfortable with IT in the organization?
Yes, okay. And this is considered, sorry, as this is considered as a what or how?
No, the how, it's not black and white, but if describing the product, if you say, our IT support is friendly, so the product, the service is friendly. So that's the what. But of course, training your employees to be friendly is also how you work. Yes? So don't worry, it's not black and white. It overlaps a lot, but it's okay. Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see.
But the how focuses on your culture of the employees. The what focuses on the service you sell.
Okay, I see, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And in this case, of course, if the employee is not friendly, the service will not be friendly, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I see. Thank you, sir.
Super. back. That's not good. Six people not back yet. Wonderful. Okay, great, excellent. So let's go back. So I hope you enjoyed the golden circles. It's a very good exercise if you find a demotivated work first. And this week, thank you. It's one of my favorites. This week, it is because people don't think about why they do things. It's crazy, right? You cannot be great at anything if you don't know why you're doing it. So, yeah. Okay, now follow me on Miro. Let's go down to the next OKRs. Okay. Now, how many of you have heard about KPI? Who has heard about KPI? Can you explain to the rest of the class, please? Mota, would you like to explain what is a KPI?
It's based on what I hear from my husband. It's I think it's the performance of the employee.
Okay, come to the post-it. Yes, what does KPI mean?
It's the performance, how they did through the.
Give me an example.
Like maybe doing the tasks or.
Adina.
Can I answer?
Yeah, but first
Doctor,
Adina. Yes.
all right. So
Yes.
KPI stands for key performance indicators, and for KPIs are basically, for example, milestones we can say that you set for a project, for a task, and when you achieve them, you know how was the task done and if it was done up to the standards and so on.
Okay, go on. Next. Yeah, somebody wanted to talk as well? Yes?
Yes. KPI, when you have a project.
Okay, before you talk, just say your name, Mohammed,
Yeah.
and then say.
Yes, sorry, this is Mohammed Shamsi. When you have a project, to make sure that you succeed in the project, you have to make KPIs. Means there are certain stages you have to reach, and once you accomplish these stages and you compare them with your first study, then you make sure that you reach the target. Otherwise, either you are below the target or nearby, or maybe sometimes you exceed the expectation when it comes, for example, for time.
Can anything be a KPI?
Yes, sir.
Can anything be a KPI? Anything can be a KPI?
KPI are targets. It can be time, it can be performance, it can be value. Maybe you want to reach a target, 1 million, 10 million. That's a KPI. So it can be time, value, or
very good. Where do they come from? Who invented KPIs? Anybody? Where do you think it was invented? I'm trying to look for the picture. I found it. Let's see. Yeah. Somebody said something. Somewhere in the US. Yes. No, the US. Taylor. Taylor was a researcher that, in the 1900s, he would go to a factory and start measuring number of, imagine a car factory, start measuring the productivity, number of cars made per day. And then you could compare groups of workers, right? Oh, this group makes 25 cars per day. This one makes 20. Why? What's the difference? Oh, then can learn something. Yes? Taylor was one of the first. And one of the ways to measure is to measure simple things like total production of the day or production per hour and so on. A popular place to use KPI is the automobile industry. And here I'm going to show you a typical KPI used in Toyota car factories. Do you see it? So this is the typical KPI. This is not a car factory, but it looks like they're making components or something. So they're probably making, so this is the target for the day, 6,184 components. The real number, the actual number, the efficiency, and the down, I think it's downtime. It's when the factory is stopped because there's a problem somewhere. So here you have 4 KPIs. Key performance indicator. Key means that by just looking at that number, you have a good idea of the overall performance of that factory without having to go in detail to every machine to see what's happened. So it gives you an overall, and that's why it's called key performance, key indicator. Key means that, and performance refers to something related to time. How many units per time, how many errors per time, or how many errors per unit produced, and so on. Well, this was a revolution. This, when people start measuring productivity in factories, oh my God, it was the birth of what we call scientific management, and people love it. And here is a picture of Taylor. People love it because you could apply scientific methods to management. For example, what we said before, comparing groups and finding out why one group works better than the other. And maybe it's because they have a different way of working or they work better as a team. So then the management could say, hey, everybody, let's learn something from this team. Make sense? Taylor. So this was Taylor. He was the first to measure things in factories. Late 1800s, 1915. Amazing. Because every time you apply science to something, amazing things happen, right? And so there are many KPIs, good and bad. We have this rule called SMART. A KPI should be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Meaning specific, we should measure something specific. Measurable means you should be able to measure it. It should not be something, how happy you are. You measure it on a scale. Achievable, I think it's obvious. Realistic, it's obvious. And timely, it means you have to put a deadline, like homework, otherwise people don't do it. Does that make sense? Okay, these work so well in factories that people start applying it in other places where it should not be applied. For example, employee performance. And and sometimes when you apply this to people, it's worse. For example, when you tell employees you have to McDonald's employees, for example, you have to make 25 hamburgers per day. It's not a very good idea because it's not, he cannot decide how many hamburgers to do, right? It depends on the shop, on the customer orders, not on him. So sometimes using KPIs in the wrong place can create dysfunction instead of improving things. And so what you might end up with an employee making hamburgers that nobody eats. So instead of improving the economics of McDonald's, you are kind of making it worse because these hamburgers will go to the trash. In the same in the university, like we have KPIs for the employees. They have to publish 2 or 3 papers per year. And so what do you think happens? Employees produce 2 or 3 papers per year. But what about the quality of the papers? Not so good. And so the thing about KPIs, they were born in factories. They work very well when you have a repeatable process, a standard process, and you can make this kind of units, 6,000 per day, then you can really rely on the KPI. But when you are measuring only 1 or 2 things per year, then the statistics don't work so well. Any statistician will tell you that when the units are very low, it's not a good idea to try to measure things. Yeah. So you end up with this kind of dysfunction, and because of, but many people, many organizations use KPIs because that's the only thing we knew. But then was this very smart guy called John Doerr. I'm gonna John Doerr, and he wrote a book. I'm gonna paste him here. He wrote this book, John Doerr. Very famous entrepreneur. And he was so sick of people applying KPIs that were supposed to work in a factory to places where they should never be applied, where instead of motivating, they demotivate. Instead of creating function, they create dysfunction. Like he said, enough of this. I'm going to invent a better way to do things. And KPI is particularly true in the world of software and in the world of IT. So John Doerr was one of the first investors in Google, for example. So now follow my mouse here. And so what is OKR? So he decided that it doesn't make sense to use KPI in places that are not factories, where you don't produce 1,000 products per day. It doesn't make sense to apply KPIs to Google, for example, because Google doesn't make 1,000 search engines per day. It develops one search engine for many years, not 1,000 engines every day. So how can you apply KPIs that were supposed to be applied to cars in a factory to a search engine? It doesn't make sense. And he invented an alternative way to motivate and measure all OKR, which means objectives and key results. And it works like this. First, you define the objective of your company. Right? And this is related to the why and the mission and so on, and the product and so on. So what is the main goal of your organization? Yes. So you make a card like this one you see here, and then you write it. Okay. So for example, let's do a small silent brainstorming here. You see these post-its here? So try to use these post-its and try to tell me what do you think is or should be the objective of a hypothetical university. Are you ready? Okay, the best post-it wins. Let's go. By the way, how's the sound? Is the sound good?
Sir, can you repeat the question one more time?
What should be the objective of a university? Write a post-it about it. Very good. And now I want you to think about this course, quality education, increase positive competition. Very good. And now I want you to think about this course, Itco602. What if this course was a company? Okay, imagine we are a university. We only teach this course. Okay, what should be our objective for this course? We discussed last week the goals, the CLOs, but if you have to summarize the CLOs in one objective, what would it be? Okay, you can be quite specific here. You can write more if you want. So what should be the goal of this subject? What do you think? What should be the goal? What should be the goal? What would you like the goal to be? The best post-it gets a bonus point. interesting. Okay. Now I want you to take one star like this one. Hold on a second. Here it is. Okay, do you see the stars? Pick one and move it to the post-it that you think is the best. It cannot be your own post-it, Adnan. You cannot vote for yourself. Vote for the post-it that you think reflects what should be the objective of this subject. Oh wait, I forgot I didn't write any post-it. This is my post-it here. We learn the best. Okay, so no, but we don't have a lot of agreement on which is the best objective for this subject. Raising a student with a knowledge and skill. How to produce qualified project. Reading. What do you mean? Who voted for reading? Do you remember the title of this subject? The right leaders, quality education. Quality education, it's nice for the university. For this subject, I don't see the relationship of quality education with leadership and management of IT. And this was the same, like best education and how to deliver to students. This is not the objective of why you are here in this subject. This is good for a university, but not for this subject. Okay, the right leaders for the right organizations. Learn how to be an inspiring manager and team member. We learn the basics of management and leadership and how to apply them. I like this one. Make leaders, not followers in IT. It's a cute sentence, but it's not very useful as a defining objective of what is the objective of this subject. So remember this subject, you'll learn management and leadership in IT. Quality education, the same comment as before. Reading, same comment. Yeah, okay, good. How to produce a qualified project? Yeah. Difference between leadership and management? Yeah, but I don't think this is important enough to be a subject. Resident with knowledge and skills, nice for the university. Right, okay. And so once, okay, time's up. So once you agree in the, what is the objective that you should adopt as organization, for example, so imagine if we were a company, you could set some objectives for the company. Yes. So in my case, for this subject, the objective is for you to learn how to be an inspiring manager and team member. That's, to me, the main goal, the objective. So that's the objective. So let's So you would have a meeting with your employees, your team, and you would decide what are the objectives for the next 3 months. And you would say, okay, we need to teach the students how to learn to be an inspiring manager and team member. Wonderful. And you could describe your objective here, or you could basically divide this big objective in sub-objective. For example, you could say the first 3 weeks, we want to cover many management tools in IT sector. And you could divide objectives for the students, objectives for the university, objectives for the teacher. And each objective, you can attach a key result. And then you could say, okay, for week 4 and 6, my objective would be this one and the key results. Okay, so for every objective, you put it here, and then you describe your objective with we call key results. And the key results is the result of the work you did when you are trying to reach that objective. For example, in my case, how I am planning to teach you how to be an inspiring manager and team member. So various key results. One of them would be that we cover the top 10 management IT tools. We've seen 1, golden circles, and we are seeing now today another one, which is the OKR. So in this case, the objective fulfill 2 out of 10, 20%. Yes. Another key result is that you do an exercise, a real exercise, with each tool. Right? In this case, we have completed 1 exercise with the golden circles, so we have achieved this 10%. And you could, so instead of KPIs, we use key results. Does that make sense to you? And then you put a time limit, of course. In our case, the course is, what, 4 weeks? And then at the end of the 4 weeks, we come back here and say, okay, how many of the key results and how much we have achieved them? And you would come back here and say, oh, let's say 80% and 20%, or maybe it's 110% and 70%, or whatever number it is. And we do not use these numbers to say, oh, Jose, only 70% and 70%. What a failure. We never use these as feedback for success or failure. We usually put very high hopes. Here we said 10, which is a very high number. Usually we never reach 10. So the idea is that when you set the key results, that you are ambitious. Reach for the moon. So try to motivate the staff. And the management is not the one that sets this. You have a meeting with the employees and you tell them, decide what is the plan, what are the goals, what are the objectives for these next 4 weeks. And you let them decide their own goals, and you let them decide their own key results, which is what is the measure of success. But these key results are very ambitious, because usually you never reach them. Usually you only reach them 60, 70%. And these key results could be sales, could be, in the case of an IT department, ticket service, could be satisfaction level of the users of the service. Could be anything. But the point is that the employees have ownership of this. Sounds good. And you do this main one, and then you can divide the thing by weeks, and then by objective. You can have 3 objectives here, and then you can divide by objectives by department, for example, the sales department, the engineering department, the after sales department, and you let them decide this. And this tool is what John Doerr told Google to use. And Google, up to this day, they still use this tool. They do not use KPIs at all. And well, you see the performance of Google. Comments? Wait, I didn't activate the camera. Sorry. Very good. Okay, let's watch a very quick video about OKR. I will share this video on Slack as well. Okay, ready?
OKRs, or Objectives and Key Results, are a great way to set goals and monitor company and team progress. But when you first start using OKRs, there's a few things you should keep in mind. In this video, we'll show you how to set a good OKR, what mistakes you should avoid, and run you through some examples to help you write your own. As a quick reminder, objectives are your big, ambitious goals. Key results measure the achievement of an objective, and weekly plans are the daily tasks and initiatives you do to achieve your goals. It's important to distinguish these three, as people often mix these up, which can lead to the unsuccessful implementation of OKR methodology. Before writing an OKR, you need a good understanding of what you want to accomplish. First, focus on your objective. Think of the potential objectives you'd like to accomplish this quarter, and ask yourselves the following questions. Does the objective help achieve company goals? Is the objective inspiring? Does the objective move the company forward? Is the objective time-bound? And is the objective set for the end of the quarter or for the end of the year? After asking yourself those questions, it's also important to consider what objectives are not. Objectives should not be easy. You should only expect to achieve up to 2/3 of your objective in a single quarter. If an objective is achieved well before the end of the quarter, you weren't thinking big enough. And if you don't reach anywhere near that, you may have set an annual objective instead. Objectives are not projects with subtasks. Objectives are aspirational goals which seek to improve your company. They are not one-off activities, which could be considered tasks or plans. So, if we wanted to write an objective for a company to increase the revenue, a good objective might be to achieve record third-quarter revenue growth. This objective works since it's aspirational, time-bound, and helps move the company forward. An example of a bad objective would be, keep making revenue. This is a bad objective as it's not time-bound, inspiring, and not forward-looking. After choosing an objective, you then need to decide on your key results.
I'm Henrik.
Remember,
Did you have a lot more
the way
clarity?
you measure your objective. Key results should be specific, quantifiable, achievable, lead to objective grading, and be difficult but not impossible. It's also important to consider what key results are not as well. They are not binary. Key results should be numeric and updated throughout the quarter. If your key result is binary, it may be a task or plan and not a key result. Which moves us to our next point. They're not tasks to be achieved. While of course tasks and projects are important in supporting your objective, key results are metrics and should be treated as such. Some good examples of key results for a previous objective would include 1. Generate $100,000 in new revenue. 2. Reduce customer churn in the first quarter from 15 to 10%. And 3. Onboard 300 new clients. These examples are quantifiable, objectively graded, and while challenging, they should still be achievable.
Okay, does that make sense? Excellent, very good.
Doctor,
You
I have a
can,
question.
yes, yes.
Yeah, this is Safiya. What did they mean by binary for the key result?
Sometimes you will see KPIs. I've seen KPIs.
They means yes or no?
Yeah. For example, we got a KPI list from the government about innovation, no? So they want us to measure how many innovation workshops we do every year, right? So what do you think happened when the government set this KPI? So suddenly,
You will provide the number of workshops, right?
yeah, but how do you think it affected or influenced? Because the government wanted us to do more innovation workshops. So they told us, tell us every year, every month actually, how many workshops related to innovation you do. And what happens, and this is an example of distortion or dysfunction or unintended consequence, is that the government actually, they want the universities to be more innovative. So somebody at the government thought, okay, well, let's start to measure how many innovation workshops universities do every year or every month. And so they asked the universities to report this number. And so what ended up happening is that every workshop we do is about innovation, even though it's not in reality. And another thing that happened is that because we measure the number of workshops, so if before you had one long workshop, so now I divide it in 2 short workshops, and I double the number of workshops. And this is an example of a KPI that it was well-meaning, but it ended up doing nothing for innovation because people just classify things that are not innovation in innovation, and then because there is this distortion, you just measure the number, not the quality or the length or a proper result, you end up with these behaviors. And this happens so often when management uses KPI to measure things. And I say, I did what you told me to do. More workshops, more number of workshops. Yeah, but the result is exactly the same as before. Exactly. And so this is one thing I would like you to avoid when you become managers. And this is one thing that OKRs resolve quite well, I think. And so that's why I've been telling the government to use OKRs since a long time, but they still have this mindset of KPIs. You will find many things. Many people doesn't know about OKRs. And actually, if you go to California, it's kind of, unless you are in a factory, it's quite obsolete, the use of KPIs in IT companies. Wonderful. So your next task, is to produce a OKR, and I will let you choose to produce an OKR, not the real one, but you can invent. I want you to invent an OKR for your company or for your life this year. Okay, so think about your life, and in the frame of this year, I want to define 1 or 2 objectives and its corresponding 2 or 3 key results. Sounds good? Yes?
Doctor, I have a question.
Yes.
Doctor, if you don't mind, can you briefly explain the difference between OKR and KPIs, very briefly?
KPI measures a quantity, number of products made, number of defects per million of products made, number of workshops. That's a typical KPI. And OKRs, we just saw it now. You define an objective and you measure how well you achieve the objective with a set of key results. And the video we just watched just explained that. So I posted these 2 videos here and here. So if you can, in the remaining of the class or after the class, watch these 2 videos, and if it's still not clear, come to me on Slack and ask me the questions there. Sounds good? But the OKR usually looks like this. In your case, maybe you can do 1 objective or 2 objectives. Yes, and you can divide it by time or by areas in your life. There are many ways to organize it. That doesn't matter. The point is the process of involving everybody in the team, letting them set their own objectives. Because then when you let them create their own objective, then they become more responsible. They feel they have ownership of this, and this is really inspirational and motivating, which is what you want. Remember that in knowledge-based companies, like any IT company, the knowledge is inside the head of the employees. Knowledge-based. It's not like a factory. And so if the employee leaves, you lose the knowledge, basically. It's very hard to, so it's a completely different management style than factories or other companies. Sounds good? Does this answer your question?
Yes, doctor, thank you so much.
Super. These 2 videos are great. Wikipedia has a very good page. I posted on Slack as well a podcast where John Doerr, which is he's alive, by the way, he explains in detail why he invented OKRs or why he wrote this book. Kleiner Perkins is an important VC in California that invested in the most important companies. Great, excellent. So I make some space here, so please pick up one of the spaces. You may choose to work in groups or individually. How do you want to work for this one? Would you like to work in groups or individual? Yes, Mosa.
So if we're going to do it as a group, can we do like the objective is the goals of the year, personal goals, and then will be like my group member and my name will be the second 2.
I think no, you would choose one person or one company. Maybe if you work in group, it's better to use one company.
Okay, yeah.
If you work individual, you can do one company or yourself. Okay, so I will let you decide how you work. The assignment is individual. If you work in group, you will receive the grade of the group. It's a homework. It's a homework for next week, and you have 30 minutes left for the class, so you can start working on it. Finish watching this video if you like to. I think it's very, very useful. And
When will be the submission, Doctor?
Same as this, so you have 1 week to finish it.
Yeah, but Doctor, this one in the Blackboard, the submission was on Saturday. We thought it was.
Yes. Yeah, sorry about that. It's okay. Don't worry. You will not be penalized for late submission.
Okay, thank you so much.
Don't worry about it. In this course. No, usually it's like 1 week. Sounds good? Questions?
I'm Henrik, founder.
Wonderful, perfect. So, OKR, super important, super cool, modern way to motivate and keep track of projects. And yeah, really love it. Surprisingly, many people in the Middle East, many companies, they don't know about it. So last year we teach that, and then one of the students told me, yeah, I went to my boss and I told him about OKRs, and he really loves it. So that was nice. Perfect. So we'll stop here. I took the attendance. Everybody's here. This course, nobody fails. It's amazing. All right. So I'll see you next week. OKRs, working group or individual, your choice. You can use Miro or PowerPoint. Yeah. Excellent. Perfect. I'll see you next week. Super awesome. See you soon. OKRs, let me know what you think and ask me questions on Slack. Ciao, ciao.